What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and I'm here tonight with the review for The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 4. This is episode number 10, and it was titled Showdown at the Hoedown, I believe is what it was titled. I'm on Claus. Yep, Showdown at the Hoedown. So, with Claus. Claus is going to come tomorrow because it's 11:30 here already. I haven't even watched it because Potomac went over 15 minutes tonight, so I have not watched Claus, but Claus will be up tomorrow. So just bear with me, you guys. And also, we are going into the week of my birthday. Tuesday is my birthday, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do when it comes to my channel and, posting videos. But the videos will be up. They might just be delayed because I'm off from work this week, so they just might be a little bit delayed, you guys. So, be patient with me. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna start the episode where it wasn't really much to it with Karen. So we see Karen. She and Ray, they are going to this place to do some motorcycle riding. And like I said, it wasn't really much to it. Karen said she's been riding, dirt bikes and stuff like that since she was 5 years old or something. They showed a picture of her when she was a kid, and I'm assuming that was her brother or cousin. Couldn't have been. But, she and Ray, they do, she rides. Ray was going to get on the back of the bike with her. But Ray's whole Joyce, oh, baby, I can't get on here with you. Help me, baby. Help me. Stuff like that. Karen was telling us, Ray and I got married when I was 30 and he was 50. And I am 54 and Ray is 70. Yep, Karen, we know. But Karen did look, and the instructor asked her, like, is this what you're wearing to ride the bike? She's like, yes, this is what I'm wearing to ride the bike. He's like, okay, just make sure your boots don't, your boot don't get stuck in the pedal, whatever that thing. I have never ridden a motorcycle. I do want to ride a motorcycle, but Karen rides the bike. He first wanted her to just, just walk the bike. So she walked the bike, and then she put her foot on it and she rode it. And I'm like, oh, look at Karen. She's not as uptight as you. Like Karen looks like she's so super duper uptight, but when she lets her hair down, you realize Karen is just a. And I actually do forget sometimes that Karen was raised on the farm, so it's just that grand dame title that she, puts on. But that's it for Karen and Ray. One much to it. All right, so the episode started with Gizelle. So we saw Gizelle, she and Robyn, they were at a store. She was looking at like the kitchens, the kitchen that she, I guess, would want for her house that she got, because she did let us know that she didn't put the offer down for $900,000. They accepted her offer, but it was just a little bit over $900,000, which that's cool. So she and Robyn are out, like I said, looking at the kitchens, and I'm like, of all people, you're gonna have Robyn with you. I get that Robyn is doing her, her rehabbing of her house, but Robyn is, 10 months into this project. So I don't necessarily know if you want to go with bad budget Robyn, but if that's what you want to say, go ahead and go for it. So Gizelle's just talking about everything. She's talked to her contractors, and they talking about how it should be done in 6 months. And then she's talking about how she wants to add on to it. She wants to have it as a 7-bedroom. And I don't know why the fact that she felt the need to throw shade at Karen, talking about the IRS is not coming after her, and that what else did she say? She got her daughters. Okay, Karen has her kids. Like, if her kids want to come visit, her kids have a bedroom to sleep in. So I didn't catch that shade. I don't know why she threw that shade at her. But again, I just don't know why she's with bad budget Robyn, of all people. So then, they start talking about Ashley and, her performance at Virginia Gay Pride. And you guys let me do this because there's something. Oh, it's on my phone. Okay. Cool, got it. So, she's talking about, Robyn not apologizing to Ashley. And Robyn was like, well, I really don't know what I was apologizing for. And, Gizelle is like, because you mentioned about Ray. I mean, not Ray, but Michael. And Robyn had to jog with Gizelle's memories. Like, first of all, it wasn't me that brought it up. It was you who brought it up. But then Gizelle's like, but I wasn't there, so I couldn't really say anything. Exactly my point. You shouldn't have said anything, period, point blank. You should have been like, you know what? You should have at least got Ashley and Robyn together in a room, and then you could have said, hey, it was so chaotic and so hectic at Candice's house. I didn't want to bring it up then and there because shit could have went left and could have went in the wrong direction. So now I got all three of us together. So when we was at your party, before you got there, Candice and Robyn was talking, and something came up. But you know what? I'm gonna let Robyn talk to you about it. And then you could have at least gave Robyn a heads up, like, "Hey, Robyn, we're going out to eat with Ashley. I know something happened that you and Candice said at Uncle Lump's party. Let's bring her to Ashley so that way she's not blindsided later on down the road when she watches the season back mostly." But for her to just do it right then and there, and then Giselle's like, that is not on Gizelle. Yes, it is on Gizelle. It is 100% on you. Did Robyn have to answer the question right then and there? No, she did not. But did you have to bring it up in that situation? No. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit later because Ashley and Monique brought it up, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But then Gizelle finally comes to the realization, okay, yeah, I may have, added a little fuel to that fire, and that is my bad. So, I owe Ashley an apology too. You sure the fuck do owe her an apology, and goddamn, I'm on Ashley's side. It's got to be the coldest day in hell that I'm on Ashley's side. So we are just gonna move on, okay? All right, you guys. So I did forget to mention something with Robyn and Gizelle. So when Robyn and Gizelle was sitting down, they also talked about this Hoedown that Katie is hosting. So Robyn and Katie went out the day before. I'm like, Robyn and Katie went out? So they showed the footage of them going out. I said, oh, good damn. Who the fuck did that trash ass wig that was on Katie's head? Like, it didn't have no part. It didn't have nothing. It looked all synthetic. I was just like, man, whoever her hairstylist is do not like you. You need to fire the person and find somebody new because they obviously don't like you at all, Katie. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for Katie because her hair looked jacked the fuck up. But we're going to keep it pushing. All right, you guys. So next we got Candice. So Candice is going to Chris's restaurant. So she's going to Chris's restaurant. They're talking about a date that they have. She's talking about how she wants to spend all day with him. He's like, I don't need to spend all day with you. He said, there's 24 hours in a day. I can give you 18 hours of that day, but all 24, and gotta have some time to myself, which I agree with that. So then, she starts talking to him about the therapy session with, Evil Dorothy, Evil D, and, Giselle's therapist. I can't remember what his name was. Dr. Ken. So, she's talking about how, her mom diminishes her. And then, when she cries, she diminishes her. She talks over her, which that's true. And I'm not going to knock what Candice feels. I'm definitely not going to do that. Because I definitely do think that her mom diminishes what she feels and how she is. So I definitely do, I 100% agree with her. Your mom diminishes everything about you. But, she's your mama. But I think what it is Candice needs to find a way to stand up to her mother. You can stand up to your parents and be respectful to them. You don't have to call them a bitch, a hoe, a slut, a this, a that. You can have a conversation with your parents. You can tell them, yo, I don't agree with how you do this, how you do that. And you can respectfully do that. With my mom, me and her had arguments left and right. But at the end of the day, I still respected my mom enough to not disrespect my mother. Like, she's still a human at the end of the day. She was a human just like I am. She had feelings just like I have feelings. And I would tell, and she would always bring it to me. She would always tell me this. This was her favorite thing to say to me. She's like, and it really is it was true. But she would always be like, when it comes down to me, I can get mad at her, but God forbid she gets mad at me, which that is true. She could never, I didn't like it when she got mad at me, but I would get mad at her like it wasn't nothing. And I would I would shut down on her. I would stop talking to her, which looking back on it, I wish I didn't do that. But, hindsight is 2020. But she knew, eventually I would come back and talk to her. Sometimes there were some times where she knew where it really was something that she did that upset me really badly. And she would, and I miss her. I really do miss my mom. Cause now I have a big heart and I'm a softy at heart. And she knew how to, she knew how to come get at me. Because there was quite a few times like I would get mad at her about little things. And one time in particular, it was something that I wanted, I was hungry. And this was when I was in high school. I think I was in high school and I wasn't working when I was in high school. and I want to go get me something to eat. And, she told me no. And then, she felt, eventually, she told me no. She's like, there's food in, that was the argument. That was the reason why. There's food, I know how to cook. So there was food in the freezer that she had bought for me. She's like, there's food in the freezer. Why don't you go in there and cook it? I'm like, I don't want to wait for it to thaw. And it was late at night, and she was like, you know what? She finally came to me. She came to my door. She said, Jerome, that's my middle name, by the way. My first name is Gerald. My middle name is Jerome. So that's why I say JB, because my last name is Barrett. So I just do J and the B. So, and my family actually calls me Jerome. Y'all don't really care. I bet you don't. But that's a little bit about me. But she would just come to my door. She'd be like, Jerome, go get something to eat. Or if I'm in my room, like if I would close my door to my room, she wouldn't knock on my door. She would just call me on my cell phone, and she'd be like, come get my debit card and go get you what you want. And I'd be like, I'm good. So Jerome, come and get the debit card and go get you what you want. I would repeat, I'm good, mama. She knew at that point. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it here. If you want it, it's there sitting for you. Because eventually she knew that I would come down from being mad, and I would go get the damn debit card and go get me something to eat. Like, I really do miss my mom so badly. I'm not gonna cry, but I really do miss my mother. So Candice and Chris, they get into an argument because Chris tells Candice that, what she's saying is the same stuff that she does to him. She's like, do not compare me to do not compare, because I do not diminish you. I do not cut you off. Excuse me, y'all. She says, I do not cut you off. And Bravo's so shady ass, they play it back 5 seconds earlier, and she cut his ass off. So, she leaves, and Candice really do get on my nerves, though, when it comes to that crying, how she puts that tissue under her. That I'm like, really, Candice? You can't make a tear come out? Like, damn. But yeah, Candice, I did like Candice last season, but going now this season, I'm really kind of disliking her a little bit because she acts like a kid, and the shit that she's doing with Ashley is pointless. It's stupid as fuck. I don't get it. Okay, so now we got Monique. So Monique and Ashley, they are going to the baby store to buy clothes for baby Chase, which that's Monique's baby's name. And I was like, man, this got to be a cold ass day in hell. The fact that Monique and Ashley are out shopping for baby clothes, like, what the fuck? Would have never guessed it after last season. So, Ashley's just talking about how she's coming off of a high from her performance at Virginia Gay Pride. And she's talking about, she was a little bit hoarse. I'm like, for what? I thought you was lip syncing. And then you only did that song, you only probably performed that one song that nobody likes. But okay, if you were hoarse, I believe you. I really don't, but I really don't care. So then, they're talking, she's like, well, you had your people, Monique said to Ashley, you had your people there. She's like, so is Robyn still your people? Because, what Robyn did at the party, I thought that was a little fucked up. And I'm like, huh? Robyn didn't do shit. It was Gizelle who did it. Like, why are we forgetting that Gizelle is the one who initiated the whole conversation, that Gizelle brought it up? Gizelle. Like, Gizelle brought this shit up, not Robyn. Now, do I agree with... Now, not Robyn, but Ashley did say something that could have, it would have made it probably would have worked, but not in this situation, I don't think. Had it been a different situation, it probably would have worked. She said when Gizelle didn't mention that, because she says, yes, we all know Gizelle's an instigator. Okay, then, so why are you mad at Robyn if you know who and what Gizelle is? So then she says, I would have respected Robyn. I would have preferred it if Robyn had said to me, hey, this is not the time or the place to have this conversation. Can we have it another time? That probably would have worked, but the producers probably wanted that to happen right then and there. So that's why that happened, number one. Number two, it's Ashley. So if something was said about Michael, she would have wanted to know what was said. That's why you came your ass back in the first fucking place. Like, because Gizelle told you they were talking about it, something. So you would have wanted to know right then and there anyway. So it's a moot point. Like, I'm just like, you just want a reason to be mad at Robyn. But my thing with Ashley is, you've done it to Robyn multiple times. You've done it to Karen. Like, it's your turn in the hot seat, my dear. Deal with it. Get over it. I don't give a fuck. But it's time for you it's time for you to pay the piper. Oh, and you've also done it to Monique. So it's time for you to get the karma that's coming to you. You know, pay the piper. You know, all that kind of good stuff. But you know, she's just like for real, for real. Ashley is just full of shit. To be quite honest with you, like I just, you know, she could have said to me, we can talk about this another time. Nah, bitch, we can talk about it now. Since she want to bring it up, let's have that conversation right here, right now. The fuck. All right, guys. So then we see Monique. She's at her house with her kids, and Candice comes over. And then, actually, let's backtrack. So before we go to, or do we want to do that? No, we'll do that. So, because I go in order of how the scenes happen. So we see Monique. She's like I said, she's at home with her kids, and then Candice came over. So you know, she and Candice, they talk. She tells Candice how the doctor said she might have her baby early. He might be a Thanksgiving baby. So you know, she's just trying to get everything prepared. You know, all she got to do is just get the bassinet ready, and then she's good to go. So then they start to talk about Chris's party, and you know, she tells her, she was like, you know, even Chris couldn't calm you down, which that is true. Chris cannot calm her down, but you know, Candice's whole thing is that Ashley took her out of her character with the things talking about her mom and this and that. You should not let those be triggers, number one. And if they are going to be triggers to you, don't tell them to other people so that they can use it against you when you get into an argument. Duh. But then number three, you're an adult. So, like, if somebody would say something, if someone were to say something to me about something that I've said, I'm not gonna be pissed off. If it's something that's happening, I can be pissed off. Like, if I told you, oh, my mama's paying my car note, which she's not, because my mother's deceased. But if I would say my mother's paying my car note, I'd be like, oh, you know, somebody said, that's your mama's car. I'm like, okay, it is her car. But who drives it all the time? Me. That's what Candice should have said. Like, you know, Ashley one time about, this is your mom's house. You're right. Well, technically, this is not my mom's house. This is our house. You know, her name might be on the lease or the deed or the mortgage or whatever. But I pay a part of this. Me and Chris live here. So technically, it's our house. Because who lives here 100% of the time? Me and Chris. My mom was only here a small percentage of the time. So, yeah, Ashley. Can your mom say the same thing? Can your mama say the same thing, bitch? I would have said something. I definitely would have brought up Ashley's mama. Bitch, you want to talk about my mama? You want to talk about this house and my mama about? Where the fuck did your mama live at? Your mama still living under the freeway with that homeless bum that she got as a boyfriend? What the fuck is your raggedy ass mama doing? What the fuck is your raggedy mama doing? Really? Really? Really, Ashley? This is where we're going to go? We're going to talk about them. You want to talk about mothers. Oh, you want to talk about mothers. It's mother time. Okay, your mother's so dumb she went out to Dre for a pap smear. Oops, I'm sorry, Dr. Dre. My coochie's doing a beatbox. Like, you know, we would have went like that. Your mom is so dumb. She went to, where did she go? Oh, your mom's so dumb. She asked for an Indian swat salad and called it a Nikoi salad. Right? Nikoi salad. Right? Your mother's ass is so hairy. It looks like donkeys about to pop out and say, only in America. I love that movie. Oh, God. Your mother's breast milk is your mother's so old that her breast milk is powder. Your breast be like this. I love that shit. Like, we would have went like that on, like, if you guys know the movie, put it in the comments. To my people who, you know, comment. Put it in the comments if you know where those lines came from. Oh, my God. That shit was funny. Like, I would have did some shit like that with Candice, between Candice and Ashley. It would have been mother time. Like, you want to bring up my mother? Let's go, bitch. Let's talk about your raggedy ass mama. Let's talk about the fact that hoe ain't got nowhere to live. Let's talk about the fact that hoe, I'm not saying it in the sense that her mama's a hoe. I'm just saying that's how, you know, if I was a woman, if I was Candice, I'd be like, let's talk about that woman. Let's talk about your mom, hoe. Let's talk about the fact that the bitch ain't got no motherfucking house. Let's talk about the fact that your husband has to pay for your mama to have a place to live. But let's talk about the fact that your mama got a baby with another nigga that ain't got no motherfucking job. Let's talk about your mama. Let's go run that shit. Like I just would have been like that. Like Let's run that shit, Ashley. You ready? You ready, bitch? You ready? You ready? Like, it just would have been like that with me. So, basically, Monique, in a nutshell, feels the same way that Chris felt about Candice. That she, she's basically what it is. They feel like she's projecting onto other people what she feels about her mom, which I think is true as well. Um, and honestly, I think that Candice acts like a child. Like she let Ashley take it out of her. She let Ashley take her out of her character in her own home. I mean, if you want to say her mama's house, but it's still her house. She lives there. Like I think Candice should have been like, you know what, bitch. Even if she didn't want to go back and forth with her about the mamas, she could have told her, you know what, Ashley, thank you for coming, but see your way out the door. Let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord splits you. Like, don't come back, don't come back. Like that's all she had to do, but she let her get out of character, and Ashley won. 2 days later. Okay, you guys. So 2 days later, we see all the ladies. We see Robyn. She was at her house, and she got a text message from Gizelle. We saw Karen. Karen was, in the studio doing her postseason which those interviews are done after this series after they finished filming. So that one was the Karen scene was staged completely. Was staged. Karen scene was staged. Obviously, Karen scene was staged. Producers were asking her to reenact how she felt about that situation because that wasn't real. I don't believe it was real. So the only thing that I think was real was a scene with Robyn, Ashley, and Katie, and Candice and Monique. I think all those things were real, with the exception, like I said, of Karen's. Karen's is just the only one that wasn't real because Candice FaceTime Monique. Gizelle texts Robyn, and so the whole thing that they're texting talking about is the ass grabbing of Michael with the security guard. So not the security guard, the cameraman. My bad, y'all. So they're talking about all the girls are talking about it. It was on TMZ, Shade Room. They even showed a clip of Wendy Williams, and I'm like, bro, y'all are really messy to dig up Wendy Williams. And Wendy said that she felt like it's I'm not gonna say, actually I'm gonna say what I think. So what I think the case is between Ashley and Michael, I definitely 100% believe Ashley knows about Michael. I think Michael is bi. I think Michael likes men and women. I think Ashley might have an arrangement. I think that Ashley knows about this. I don't think Ashley's oblivious to this. Like, I just don't believe she's oblivious to it. I think that this is something that she knows that Michael does, and she's okay with it because she gets shit. Now she has her baby, so she has money. She doesn't have to worry about anything. So I just think there's an arrangement there. Do I care if Ashley ever says anything about it? No, I don't care if she ever says anything about it. What I do care about, however, is the fact that Ashley feels a need to talk about other people's relationships. Karen and Ray's relationship, Robyn and Juan's relationship. She talked about Monique. That's what I like about her. You feel the need to talk about other people's business, but when it comes down to your business, you don't wanna be upfront and talk about it. And I think that's bullshit. I truly do. Because then Gizelle called her. So Katie and Robyn, not Katie and Robyn, but Katie and Ashley were out shopping with that terrible wig on that Katie had. And then Gizelle calls her and she's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "It's all over TMZ." She's like, "What's all over TMZ?" And Giselle's like, "The fact that Michael grabbed a cameraman's ass." She said, "Oh, that. Yeah, I already knew about that. We had a preliminary case, but the judge threw it out." And she was just acting along nonchalant, like it ain't nothing to it. And I'm like, "But your husband is being accused, and allegedly, because the charges have been dropped. As of now, the charges have definitely been dropped. Do I believe something happened? 100%. I think that maybe behind the scenes, I do believe that maybe the legal team of Bravo and the company that produces the Real Housewives of Potomac, I think they may have, sat down with the cameraman, said, if you don't press these charges, we'll do XYZ for you. I do feel that way. Because I don't doubt that Michael grabbed that man's ass. Like, history has proven that he's an ass grabber, or as a pussy grabber, as Alex says. But history has proven that he grabbed Andrew's ass. And the fact that Ashley wants to say that, oh, this is so coincidental that, just a few days ago, Robyn and Candice brought this up about my husband wanting to suck a penis, and now this happens. A bit of a coincidence. No, it is not a coincidence, Ashley. And then Monique said herself that she saw the cameraman at her rainbow party, and she looked at him, and he looked differently because Michael grabbed his ass. Michael probably thought it was funny, but the cameraman probably did not think it was funny. I wonder if it was a black man. No offense, but I just really wonder if it was a black man. Gotta be. Not doesn't necessarily have to be, but I bet money that it was a black man. But like I said, Ashley will go on, like she was on Watch What Happens Live when the season first aired or something. She's been talking about it, and the charges have been dropped. That does not mean that Michael did not do it. They might have gave that man a good payout to let let it go, let the case go. Like, it's something that happened. I definitely 100% believe that he did it. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, he did that shit. You can't tell me he didn't. I believe he did. But we're gonna move on. All right, so we got the Hoedown, where the hoes show up just to show out and go down. So, Robyn is there first, and Katie is giving her a tour of the farm that she lives on. And I was looking at that farm, I'm like, besides Katie's hair, I was looking at that farm, I'm like, wow, what decade is Katie stuck in? Because, I think I saw one of those 6-disc CD player changers that you used to have back in the day. Like I said, the 6-disc CD player, and then the 8 A and B cassette tapes, where you can put those in there as well. So she showed up. Then we see Robyn and not Robyn, Gizelle and Ashley. They on their way there, and then also in another car you got who you got in the car? Monique and Karen. So, Gizelle, she's talking to Ashley. She's like, you know what, Ashley, Robyn made me see the error of my ways, and I owe you an apology because I did bring that stuff up, and I didn't necessarily need to bring it up. And then, she's like, well, do you want to talk about what's going on? And, Ashley is, again, mum's the word. She doesn't want to talk about this shit that's on TMZ, Wendy Williams, The Shade Room, Baller Alert, all those, all the blogs. But then you see Monique and Karen talking about it. And again, they're talking about the cameraman and how he was acting. So, Candice shows up. Then after she shows up, Karen and Monique show up, and then Gizelle and Ashley shows up. And Ashley, Ashley was there just like nothing has happened. Like nothing was all over the blogs. She just got her head buried in the sand. So then Robyn goes up to Ashley and apologizes to her. And I'm like, Robyn, you better than I am, because there's no way I would have apologized to Ashley. Ashley has done it to you, and Ashley has not. I don't know if Ashley has ever apologized to you, number one. And then two, it was because Gizelle brought it up. I'm gonna apologize. Just me being me. She's a bigger person than I am. So then, they sit down to eat. The food did look really good. And then Candice says, you know what, since we're all here at the table, I would like to apologize to the whole entire table for my actions at my dinner party. And, Gizelle is like, okay, we can accept it, but the main person that you need to be focusing energy toward is Ashley. And she's like, Ashley and I have our time to talk eventually. So then Ashley, she says, she's like, well, I would like to address the elephant in the room. But then she skedaddles around it and says, I can't really talk about it. Wow, you can't really talk about it, huh? The same way that Karen told you guys last season, she could not talk about raise tax issues, but you guys beat that one over the head till it was bloody and dead. Like, are you fucking serious? Ashley's a fucking hypocrite. So then Karen decides that she wants to say something to Ashley, and Gizelle says, oh, but weren't you the one that was high-fiving Robyn at the party? Karen says, yes, I was high-fiving her at the party, but it didn't have nothing to do with none of this shit. Like, Gizelle, shut up. Like, this is what people talking about. You start shit for no fucking reason. Oh, God. And then I don't forgot. Oh, Karen says, but Gizelle, you want to talk like when Candice kicked Ashley out of her house, you sat there and brought her back into her house. Like that was messy as shit, and it really was. It really, really, really was. So then Candice says to Ashley, like, you've done this shit to other people, i.e. Robyn, i.e. Monique, i.e. Karen. So karma's coming back to bite you in the ass. And so they're talking to her about why she's so fixated on this whole thing with Ashley and Michael getting pregnant, their marriage. She's like, when she sees BS, she got to call it out. I get that, Candice, but this BS ain't got nothing to do with you, so I don't understand why you're fixated on it and why you're concerned about it. If it's bullshit between Michael and Ashley, let Michael and Ashley deal with that bullshit. That is their bullshit. But again, like I said, I just believe that Ashley knows more than she's telling everybody. But again, I don't really 100% care. I just wish that Ashley would hold herself to the same standard that she wants to hold these other ladies to. Be honest, be open. Pot, meet kettle, basically. Now Katie's grandma and the neighbor were like, should we call the cops because they're getting really loud, and I'm a little bit afraid. There's silverware right in front of them. I don't know if it's plastic, but a bitch might try to cut somebody, and I don't want to be around that. Do you? Should we call the cops? I think we should call the cops. You want me to call the cops? Yeah. Oh, the cameras are gonna take care of them. Okay. Like that's how they were looking. So, oh, Katie. I love Katie. This season, I'm enjoying Katie. Because as they get up from the table, Katie's like, cheers to fake bitches and, what did she say? Cheers to fake bitches and ass grabbing. I said, Katie, come through with the shade. Ha! That shit was funny. So, then Karen and Ashley started to argue. And, Ashley just in her feelings because Karen has not said anything to you or about you. You're going based off of what Gizelle told you. You don't know for a fact that what Gizelle told you is true. We all know how Gizelle is. Gizelle takes one line or one thing that someone said and flip it to how she wants it to be said. And then we go from there. But I love when Karen said, karma is a bitch. Clickety clank, clickety clank. The bar soap, you might want to help your husband. I said, yes, Karen, you better come on with the read. So then, Karen goes over to where Candice is, and she talks to her, and Karen feels like her friends are against her, more specifically Monique. She feels like with Monique is taking Ashley's side. I don't think that that's the case. I think what Monique is doing is Monique is calling right from wrong. Candice, you're wrong. Ashley ain't done shit to you. So, I don't know. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense why you're coming to Ashley the way you are. So, Monique is not taking Ashley's side. What Monique is doing is standing up for what is right. And I respect that. So then, Monique comes over there and she's like, I resent the fact that you just told me that I was, being a hypocrite. So then they start to argue back and forth with one another. And then, Monique tells her, girl, I will drag you pregnant and all. And Candace's like, you will drag me, Monique? You will drag me? Come and drag me, Monique. And Monique tells her, you know what, Candice, grow the fuck up. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. I could have swore I heard Monique cuss. The one person said that they don't cuss, but Monique said grow the fuck up. Which that is true. Candice doesn't need to grow the fuck up. But, eventually Monique goes over and apologizes to Candice. Tell her, you know what, I apologize for my actions. And Candice wasn't really ready to hear that. And you guys, that is where the episode actually ended. So, like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys. Claus will probably be up tomorrow. So, see you later.